So, today, guys, we have an amazing guest that I'm super excited to tell you guys about. We are having McKenzie Waterman, and hopefully I said your first name right. I'm hoping when she comes on, she'll correct me if anything. But McKenzie is a self-employed branding consultant and business writer with a 35% conversion rate, which is amazing. And she has contracted her services to CBC News, QuickBooks, Intuit, and the government of Alberta. McKenzie has blog features on CNBC, Make It, HuffPost, Glassdoor, and HubSpot, and she's passionate about sharing branding, marketing, and writing tips on social media to help people succeed in business. And honestly, guys, another name you may know her by is YEG Writer. If you guys aren't following her, you're a business, you're creative, anything like that, make sure you guys go and follow her because she gives amazing tips for businesses and just how to get, you pop in on social media, okay? And a lot of the time we don't know where to go. She knows where to go and she's the one to go to, okay? So let's get this set up. Let's bring her on here. There we go. We are just waiting. Should be connecting. And I'm hoping hey, how are you?
Good, how are you today?
Good. And were you able to get onto the Facebook as well by any chance?
No, I wasn't able to, sorry.
That's okay. No, don't even worry about it. Honestly, we are super excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming on and taking some time to chat with us and tell us more about you. Honestly, I've been super pumped about this because I love your content. I love that you're just sharing all your expertise with us. Me, who doesn't know much about all this, it's super helpful with everything. So I guess I hope I said your name right, McKenzie?
You did.
Okay, good. I was like, I'm always nervous. But I guess tell us about yourself and what you do.
Sure. About 6 years ago, I was working in banking. I was an employee. I was really unhappy with my life. I went to school for journalism, and I wasn't doing journalism at all. I left Toronto. I moved here to Edmonton, and I started working as an employee for different companies in marketing. Mm-hmm. At night and on the weekend, I was doing some freelancing, just trying to really see if this writing thing could explode, and it did. About 2.5 years into doing that, I was able to walk away from the workforce. So I've been pretty much just helping people solve problems with content, social media, writing, etc., and just really helping them to shine a little bit more brighter than they would otherwise.
That's awesome. Yes, like I already said, I love what you're doing. I love that you're helping people and you're doing it daily. I feel like I always see something new from you. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is a question that I was just asking myself the other day and she has the solution and it's so straightforward and simple. So again, thank you so much for doing what you do and sharing your expertise. What motivated you to kind of branch off and do it on your own, I guess? Because you're self-employed, right?
Right. Well, my father, he always taught me and my brothers that if you're going to have a job, have something on the side, whether it's an investment or some kind of a business. And for whatever reason, anytime I got into some kind of employed role, it wouldn't last for no more than 2 years. And I just kept asking myself, why can't I hold a job for more than a year or two at the same company? And I started reading Robert Kiyosaki and started realizing that there are 4 different quadrants, which is the employee, the self-employed, the business, and then the investor. And as I started reading more of his content, I started to realize I was in the wrong quadrant. So I knew it was time to make that switch because I just didn't want to keep going, every 2 years, same company, and then it doesn't work out. And it's been working out pretty good as an employee, so I'm definitely going to stay in this spot.
That's awesome. And what would be your favorite part about being self-employed?
I'd have to say just the freedom to wake up at any time and to pick and choose what companies that I want to work with. I'm not just stuck in that same role with one company. I can work with people who are self-employed, people who are mom bloggers, etc. So just having that diversity to deal with different people at different walks of life, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like whenever we have like different businesses and whatnot, and the question is like, what is your favorite part of being self-employed and being an entrepreneur and all that? And it's that freedom, because I think that's what we all strive to have, is that freedom to be able to, you know, do what we want and what we love, so that every day we wake up and it's not like, oh, I have to go to work. It's like, oh, I get to wake up, I get to do what I love, I get to meet all these different people. So that is, I definitely understand that. I'm like, I'm on my way there, you know, I'll get there.
Okay.
What is your most memorable part of your job?
I'd have to say just really speaking to business owners who are frustrated. They're frustrated because they paid like a social media agency or some kind of a freelancer an X amount of dollars, like thousands of dollars a month, and they're like, I'm getting no results from this. I spent like half a year with this person, and hopefully you can solve my problem. So just being able to come in and kind of turn a negative situation for somebody into something positive makes my day, just lightens up my day.
Definitely, because yes, I know, like I was looking into certain things with my own social media and all that, and I've even talked to some people, and some people are like, yeah, it's like thousands of dollars, and I'm like, that is not doable for me right now. I cannot do that. And then I've also heard stories, yeah, where they've paid this money and then it's like nothing's really come out of it, or it's not the experience that they signed up for. So
Right.
I definitely hear you on that. So what would be your favorite part of what you do?
I'd have to say helping people with social media, really trying to get some of the entrepreneurs who are more introverted out of their comfort zone. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that if they don't have some kind of a face to the brand, or if they're not getting their employees to get involved, they're missing out on a big opportunity. So that's just really not really convincing people or talking people out of their comfort zone, but just showing them examples of companies that are doing it at scale.
Yeah.
And showing their true selves and winning, especially during this COVID-19 era.
Definitely. And speaking of COVID, that actually goes right into my next question for you, because I think this is a great question in general, but I'm super excited for you to answer this, because I've been seeing like what you've been doing through COVID and everything. But how have you adjusted your business and what you do because of COVID?
That's a good question. Everybody kind of knew me as the writer. And then I started to realize that my social media was driving leads and customers every week, even now. Yeah. And so I started putting the social media manager hat on. And other than the writing, I do branding as well. So just really helping people create some kind of a strategy, yeah, so that they can shine online and really engage with their audience. So I decided, I would say the first half of COVID, I need to not just focus on writing, but I need to be able to use more of the potential of who I am, because there are a lot of people out there who need help, and just offering writing alone, it's not gonna help anybody but a few people here and there.
Yeah, definitely. And so tell us about TikTok and also your Instagram live marathon.
Yeah, so TikTok has been a journey. I started the second week of February. I was overwhelmed. I got on the app and all I saw were viral videos of dancers and musicians, and I was scratching my head like, how am I supposed to get in here? So I got on a couple of dance trends. I think one of my videos got over like 600 views in 72 hours, but it wasn't quite what I was hoping for. So I said, you know what, Makita, let me lean back. Let me just kind of check out this app and see how it goes. And so for about a month and a half, I just was scrolling down the For You page trying to get it together. And then all of a sudden I started seeing entrepreneurs and surgeons and doctors. And I said, okay, there's a space here for me. And then that's when I started getting into, as what you see me regularly doing, the dancing and pointing to tips and advice. And now I'm just taking it to a whole different level. And I find that I'm becoming more creative, because I spend a lot of time trying to say a lot in 60 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I love your TikTok videos and stuff, because not only are they fun, but they're super informative, like amazing information. Guys, I'm telling you, if you are not following YEG Writer, y'all are missing out, because this is free information and you don't really get great information like this for free. Okay. So yeah, and you have your Instagram marathon. Did you finish today?
I did. Oh, well, it's actually until September 22nd. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing an Instagram marathon Monday through Friday, either 5 o'clock or 6 p.m. I'm letting my followers control the message. I do a poll right after one ends. I give them 4 options and they tell me what they want to see. Oh. And yeah, I'm just letting everybody control the message, and I give them what they need and show up for about 30 minutes, and Monday through Friday until September 22nd. So check it out if you're interested.
That's so exciting. I thought it was just 1 week, but guys, it's still September. That is so awesome. That is amazing that you're doing that. And yes, to the person in our comments, she does do TikTok. It is YG Writer, right?
Yeah.
So guys, everywhere, YEG Writer, go, write it down, share it with your friends, let them know. Trust me. Y'all, that's all I have to say, okay? Actually, speaking of your marathon, what would be your favorite live that you've done so far? Because I know you've even done lives with other entrepreneurs and whatnot.
I'd have to say the one last night was pretty good. People were asking questions about TikTok, and if they were to do their products, show their products, how can they do it without looking like they're trying to sell?
Yeah.
And I just started giving them examples of the way people are doing it now and how they're actually getting more followers and getting more engagement, and trying to just let them know that there's a space for them. So I'd have to say yesterday there were a lot of questions, a lot of people were confused about things, and I was able to actually just shed some light on some things that seem complex but are really easy if you just kind of get into it and try it out.
Yeah, definitely. That is great. That is, again, you already know. You already know. So what would you say is your long-term goal as a business consultant and a branding consultant and a business writer? I knew I was switching the 2 words up.
Well, my goal is to really expand the business and hire on some employees. I eventually want to get married and have children, and I don't think that all the hours of what I'm doing now is going to really help if I have a child that I have to take care of.
Yeah.
So just grow my business, get a few employees, an editor, a writer, and maybe a marketing individual, whether they're remote from home or they're here in Edmonton, and just take a step back and maybe dip in maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, and I'm out and just raise my family and have more time to travel and spend time to myself and my partner.
Yeah, definitely. Because trust me, it's so time consuming. And honestly, I feel like social media is probably, like, when it comes to like your business, it is one of the most time consuming things to do. And especially if you don't know what to do. And so I feel like I'm kind of in that. So I'm like, this is a lot of work. And like, you don't realize until you actually have to go do it. And that's why I honestly like give you like, you're awesome for what you're doing, because in order to create that much content and have it going every single day, and you're doing your live marathon, like that is incredible. Like, people do not understand how much work has to go into that. And then I'm sure you're busy with, you know, life and other things. And then you're still working, you know, with your clients and whatnot. So it's just incredible to see like how much content you're creating and everything that you're doing. So I guess we even had one of our viewers ask, do you have TikTok? But how can someone contact you? So if they need help with business writing and branding consultant.
You can call me at 780-885-7043. You can also check me out on Instagram. On Instagram, there's a link. And the link actually goes to like a bunch of different links, like the YouTube channel, my email, a way that you can actually schedule an interview with me or a chat with me. So yeah, check out my YG Writer and click the link, and you'll be able to get access to me, and we can schedule a chat.
Perfect. Guys, YEG Writer, we are going to put this all in our post after we are done our live. So do not worry if you are coming in late, or if you want to share with your friends and it slips your mind, or if you don't have a pen right now, because if I were you, I would be writing this down, guys, because trust me, I'm telling you, I've already said it, but you need to follow her. If you are a business or you're an entrepreneur or even a creative, like there's so many amazing tips for anyone out there. So I guess what kind of content do you look forward to doing the most?
I'm working on an online course for LinkedIn. It's something that I was thinking about doing for a year, and only LinkedIn because there are a lot of users compared to people who actually create original content on the app. And people still have this, business owners still have this misconception that it's just meant for employees, but no, LinkedIn is a business space now. Like the CEO of Microsoft is on LinkedIn every day sharing his thought processes. I follow an investor of Shark Tank, who was in the first half of Shark Tank, Lisa Nichols, the black lady in The Secret with orange brown hair, which she follows me on LinkedIn. I don't have any access to celebrities, but I just put a comment on her post and she followed me. And a lot of people need to understand how easy it is to get seen and get their content seen by so many people, because the algorithm is much better than it is here on Instagram. So look out for a LinkedIn course for entrepreneurs and creatives.
That is so awesome. And I know, like, with my journey with Expose and everything, and just my journey as an artist and whatnot, I've heard a lot about LinkedIn and how much it has, grown over the last few years, and how great of a tool it can be for you to connect with those, people that you wouldn't necessarily be able to connect on Instagram. Because I feel like lots of people get messages on Instagram and you're like, nope, this is a scam, or no. Like, it can just get really, I guess it's informal compared to LinkedIn. So it's a great, great tool to use. And honestly, guys, again, if you're an entrepreneur, creative, or whichever, you should create a LinkedIn account, because it is a great way to connect. I know, like, even when I go to workshops and whatnot, I usually ask people for their LinkedIn, because, I know, okay, I see their business, what they're doing, and it's not like, okay, I see their picture outside with their dog. Because sometimes I forget, like, okay, what does this individual do and whatnot. So it's a super great way to just get straight to it and find those connections that you've made, and also make new ones. And what advice, I love this question, I love it. What advice would you give someone that's just starting out their business?
I would say get yourself familiar with social media. Take online courses. There are different online course platforms where they have great content for like $10. Follow the top leaders in marketing and locally, and absorb their content 10 hours a week, 5 hours a week, whatever you can, and just try to get those free skills because you're going to need them. And I say that because it's so easy to tell somebody hire someone, but what if they get sick? What if they don't show up tomorrow? Who's going to do your social media? So lean into video, lean into social media, do it one step at a time, show up and go live just the way you and I are doing, and show up for your audience. And that's easy, and you might be nervous, but just take it one step at a time. If you're not used to doing videos, do 1 minute, then 1 minute goes to 2 minutes, 2 minutes, etc., etc. So just try to step outside of your comfort zone, because that's what people want to see in 2020 and beyond from potential customers or potential businesses.
Definitely. And stepping out of your comfort zone opens up such an amazing world. Like, I know I was so nervous, like, before Expose started, to like put myself out there, go to events, because sometimes I'm like, I don't have anyone to go to this event to. But then it would end up, I'd see on, Facebook, Instagram, all that, and it was such a great event. All these great people that I could have connected with are there. And I missed out on that opportunity because I wanted to stay within my comfort zone. But as soon as I started branching out, I'm like, you know what? I want to go to this event. I'm just going to go, And then I met so many amazing people. And yeah, it's super scary at first because I feel like, I'm an introvert in certain situations, but I'm definitely an extrovert. So to put myself out of my comfort zone, it's definitely been eye-opening, and it's changed like my world for the best, because opportunities that have come, the information that I've learned from people that I've met through these events and whatnot, it's incredible. And But actually going back to like content and stuff and finding like little workshops, do you have any like workshops that you suggest our viewers to go to?
I recommend following Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk, he goes live on Instagram. He also does these online marketing events where last week he actually had, I think, the vice president of marketing from TikTok.
Oh, wow.
He had like an executive from, I think, Uber, and he just has them randomly. But check out Gary Vaynerchuk. I follow everything that man says, and my business has exploded because I've been following him for the past 6 months. So who else can I recommend? There's a YouTuber out in Vancouver. Her name is Sunny, and she's pretty good at online marketing as well. But I think between those two, Vanessa Lau, she's also in Vancouver, local here in Canada, and these girls are making millions of dollars just by pretty much doing the same thing that I'm doing, but they have I'm sure, a more efficient way of doing things. Mm-hmm. So just follow the people who are making the money that you want to make, because they're going to set you down the path. And don't be afraid to put in a couple $100, invest in your education when it comes to best practices, whatever it is that you want to learn, because you might spend $500 for a course, but you'll get $10,000 because of that new knowledge. You never know what can happen.
Definitely. Well, we're definitely going to have to team up once we're able to, go in person and whatnot, and we're able to start doing our exposed events, because we definitely want to be able to host some workshops where we can have local experts come in and share their knowledge, with Edmonton entrepreneurs and creatives, because there is so much great information that is available here. And like I say all the time, people think, oh, Edmonton doesn't have this or that, but we have so much, and we are growing. We are just getting started. And what you're doing, the fact that you've only been you're saying your business has been growing so much in the past 6 months, it's amazing, because I'm even seeing people share your content or seeing you do the lives with them, that people that I know, and then just seeing you in my feed. It's great, because this is the content that I want. This is, what's going to help me grow as well, because a lot of the time we're also scared to actually ask for the help that we need and stuff. So it's great that you're just putting it out there and whatnot. And it's amazing that on your live yesterday that people were actually, interacting and asking questions, because that's the goal here. We want people to interact. We want them to connect and ask questions and learn from each other, because we want to grow as a community as much as we can.
That's right.
Thank you. So our next part, I don't know if you watched our live, but we have our box of questions. So we have our business box. Super pumped. Mix these up good. We got a lot of first-time questions. Last time we have a comment here. It's also terrifying to only see marketing strategies from old white men. I feel so disconnected from that. So I love seeing you ladies. It's super true, because sometimes we find, people who are giving out information, but it doesn't necessarily work with what we're doing. And especially because so much is changing in this day and age. Sometimes, it's, the information that they're giving can be super useful. But at the same time, since, everything has expanded and grown, there's so much new information out there and new stuff that we need to learn in order to be successful. So hearing from, the people who are just getting started and have those fresh ideas, it's amazing. So I feel like hearing from both sides is great, opposed to hearing, just from one specific, demographic, I guess.
Right.
So we'll do some questions here. So mix them up real good, guys, Okay. So what is one of your greatest challenges as a business owner?
That's a good question. I'd have to say just balancing everything. I actually wake up at 4:00 in the morning just to make sure that I get everything out of the way. So I know there's a lot of technology that I need to be using so that I can maximize my time, but it's just really not having to be in front of my laptop for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I think I just have to start leaning more into technology and different apps to help me out with that.
Definitely. The grind don't stop. Like
Yes.
to wake up at 4 a.m., like dedication. And it shows, though. It shows, like, everything is coming, and you're seeing the results of your hard work. Like, I'm watching you, and I'm like, yes. Like, I'm rooting for you behind the screen, okay? And once you're having workshops and everything, please share it with us, because I want to come. I want to let our people know and whatnot. So please, and when you have your LinkedIn workshop, please let us know, because, you know, I'm interested in stuff, because I'm always looking to learn. And yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay. What do you do to relieve stress? Because I'm sure that there are times that you get stressed out because you are doing so much. And like you said, there's definitely probably better ways you can manage your time. But right now, like, it's all stepping stones, and you'll get there. Definitely.
I like to take long walks. Like, I can literally walk for 2 hours and just sit and just watch people. I try to go somewhere where there's like a fountain of water, because I don't know what it is, but water just pacifies me. So yeah, just taking long walks, even if it's hot outside, and I come back and I just feel distressed. And then, like, taking a cold bath definitely helps me to just release stress and get my mind going right. And meditation, I meditate every morning for 10 minutes. And that really allows me to just get rid of any stress or negativity maybe from the day before and start my day off on the right foot.
Exactly, definitely. And where would you say is your favorite place to walk in YEG, since, you know, here's some spots that we could go to?
Absolutely. I'd say of the River Valley. The River Valley is really, really nice. Also the park, Heritage Park. Mm-hmm. I like to just go there and get a blanket and sit down. And sometimes I used to do videos there. It seems like a lot of people are there just doing cookouts and barbecues. So that's another nice spot.
Yeah, definitely. Especially right now, like it's been hot this week, which is great. Like, I am pumped. This is our summer. I'm embracing it and whatnot. So it is definitely good to get out as much as possible, enjoy the weather, soak up the sun, you know. Just take it while we have it, because we all know what our winters are and our falls and our early springs.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do a couple more here. Let me ask this one. We also, I'm like, a lot of these questions, I kind of asked it as a bonus question. I mean, this is it. I feel it. What do you consider your greatest achievement to date?
I'd probably have to say when I did a Google search on my name and noticed that CNBC Make It, they refeatured a blog I did for Glassdoor.com. And I had no idea. I used to do that a lot. I was a blogger full-time in 2018. Yeah. So every once in a while, I would Google my name and just see, like, MSN Money and Yahoo Finance News, like, repurpose my content. And I'm like, wow, it's just like those little moments, just Googling your name and just seeing these outlets republish your content. That would probably have to be, like, the pinnacle or highlight of my career.
That is awesome. That's amazing. That is amazing. Because it's like, okay, my hard work is paying off. Like, people are seeing, like, what I'm doing is working. That is amazing. Okay. Let's do one more. Make it a good one. Okay. What do you like to do during your free time?
Oh, that's a good question. I like to cook. I also like going to restaurants. I'm a big foodie, so I can literally be eating and my eyes are rolling in the back of my head, and people are like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, this is good food right now. Leave me right now.
Let me eat in peace.
Exactly. So yeah, just trying out different restaurants here. There are a lot of good gems here. Like, I went to an Italian restaurant the other day downtown, and I was, again, my eyes were just rolling in the back of my head like, God, how come I didn't know about this when I moved here 6 years ago? So yeah, just going to different restaurants, trying different cultured foods. Yeah. I just love food. I'm a big foodie.
trust me, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Like, I love food everywhere. I eat food. Like, I even pack snacks. Like, now, yeah, I'm a mom. Like, people say, oh, is that why you pack snacks? No, I've been packing snacks. You know, I need snacks all the time because, you know, I need food. And, like, it's amazing. Like, we have some pretty decent places here in Edmonton. Do you have, like, a favorite? Do you have any local restaurants or anything that you like to go to?
Yeah, I have a favorite Ethiopian restaurant that I go to. It's on 118 and 124th Street further west, like going towards St. Albert.
Yeah.
And they're just always so kind. Like every time I go in there, I feel like they're my family, but they're not really my family. And the food it's just consistently, the spices and the injera, it's just consistent. So, yeah.
That is awesome. And honestly, yes, consistency is so important in food and also in business. You know what I mean? But it's definitely good that you can go to a restaurant and it's like, okay, this is good. And every single time you go, you are leaving satisfied. Because I know I went to restaurants and I'm like, this was so good. And then I'll go back to it and I'm like, where was that last time? Can I get another order of that, please? This isn't it. So consistency is definitely important because if you're not consistent, especially for a restaurant, like you can lose quite a bit of business. Because
absolutely,
people are spending their money, especially during this time where people are trying to hold back on using some of their money. I know I've been spending it a little bit, but you definitely want to make sure you're putting your money into something that you're gonna get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
But honestly, thank you so much for coming on here. It has been a complete pleasure. I know that we talked probably a couple months ago about doing this live and whatnot. It's been in the making. We had to take a little bit of a break, but we are back and super excited and happy we got to have you on here. Do you have anything else that you want to tell the viewers before we kind of wrap this up?
If you're interested, follow me. I share updates every day. I go into branding, marketing, LinkedIn, social media, TikTok. I let my audience control my message because it's never about me and all about them. So join me, YG Writer. You'll be in for an experience, a little bit of laughter here and there. I'm sure some of my content will put a smile on your face, but it will also just let you know what's happening in 2020 and things that aren't regularly shown that you have to kind of do some digging. I share all my best practices. I've got nothing to hide because if you're not going to get the information from me, you'll get it from somebody else. So yeah, show up and come into my world when you join my YG Writer experience. Hope to see you guys soon.
Yes, YEG Writer, y'all know where to go. And if